Hey everyone, someone here from WynnStrength. On today's quick training tip, I wanted to talk about 3 questions you have to ask yourself if you think you've hit a training plateau. So it's going to be inevitable. There are going to be times where training isn't going as planned, we're not making the perceived progress we think we should be making, workouts feel tougher than usual, weights aren't going up as they should, things are slowing down, everything seems to be grinding to a halt. But before we make any drastic changes or any big changes to our program, we need to ask ourselves these 3 questions. First off, how is our overall life stress? The reason we want to ask that is because as much as we like to ignore it, or as much as we use the gym as therapy to get over life stress, if we have a bunch of, heavy duty life stresses, or we're just constantly in a state of stress, your body's going to have a harder time adapting and, getting stronger, because it has to allocate some of those resources to dealing with the stress you're facing everywhere else in life. We're only in the gym for 1 to 2 hours daily for 3 hours 3 times a week, so at most 6 hours a week, maybe 10 if you're pushing it. We're in the gym for 10 hours a week. That's a very small percentage of overall week's hours. So if the rest of your life is stressful, or you've had an increase in stress, whatever that cause might be, it doesn't really matter where that stress is coming from. If there's extra stress in your life, your body's not saying that you can't adapt, but it's just going to have a harder time adapting. And just before change programs, jump ship, do anything drastic like that, look at the rest of your life and see if there's anything that might be affecting your training. Second step following to that is, are you getting enough sleep? Sometimes stressful situations lead to maybe not as many hours in bed, or even if you are getting enough hours in bed, is your quality of sleep as high as it used to be? So are you tossing and turning, thinking about, is your brain kind of still on, thinking about what's happening, trying to process those that stressful situation? Or even just life happens, you're working extra hours, you're studying for an exam, family stuff's coming up, you're just busy in general. If you're seeing a decrease in sleep, that might be leading to the ability, your plateau in the gym, because we all know how important sleep is. I don't think anyone out there is, touting the benefits of no sleep. If anything, all the research points to, more sleep is better for you for the most part, up to a point. So if you've noticed that you've got slightly less sleep this week than you did last week or last couple of months, then that might be a reason why your training isn't progressing as you think it should, or as it has in the past. And finally, how is your nutrition? How is your diet? How are the calories? How does a calorie look like that you're intaking? Are you trying to lose weight? That's definitely going to make your progress harder. Are you eating lesser quality food? Because that's going to be, make it harder for your body to rebuild and adapt, because it uses food as, fuel and building blocks. So it's a 2-part problem when it comes to food, because if you're not getting enough calories, your body doesn't have enough fuel to sustain the workouts, which might mean you can't exert as much effort in the gym as you could before. I personally know that when I'm on a bulking phase, I make strength gains like nothing else. But when I'm on a cutting phase or trying to lose weight, those strength gains either just stagnate out or start to decrease. And that's kind of all things being equal as far as I can control. Just a little mental anecdote there, or just an anecdote that I can think of personally. And when I lose weight, workouts seem tougher. An hour workout that maybe might be an overall session of IPE 7 or 8 feels like an 8 to 9. And again, that's just because your body has less fuel. But the reason it has less fuel is because you're trying to lose weight. Body doesn't really like to lose weight. So it's going to do a lot of things to, prevent weight loss, because biologically we don't want to lose weight. So with keeping that in mind, if you're purposefully trying to lose weight, that's probably going to be leading to a plateau, and just train as hard as you can and just wait till you start to maintain calories or increase calories to a slight surplus, and then you'll probably see all those training adaptations start to, take hold and really advance. But if, you're busy at work and you have less time to prepare food at home, you're busy somewhere else and you're not eating as cleanly or as wide a variety of food as you normally would, then yes, your body is going to have a harder time adapting to the training. So again, just wrapping up, before you try to make any changes to the training program, just look at those 3 factors in your life. And if any of those are kind of lagging, look to rectify those first before making any drastic changes in the gym. And that'll probably help you make more steady progress and just address factors that aren't necessarily training related, but encompass you as a biological creature, that everything's, all in one, and everything's, we're a system that is complex. And other factors lead to gains in the gym. This has been Selman from WynnStrength, and remember, a better life through strength.